So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims. Two victims.
Is this what we've come to? A judge being arrested by the FBI. A judge in Wisconsin was arrested by the FBI. They're accusing her of at least misleading ICE agents or throwing them off the trail of someone that they deem to be an illegal alien, as they call them, or an undocumented person. It's really scary. Kash Patel was behind it. He put up a tweet. He has since deleted it. I want to know what's going on. Is this where we're living, in a time where you can detain judges because they're not doing what you want them to do? What happened to the independence of the judiciary? We're supposed to have three branches of government.
Don Lemon is ranting about the judges that have been arrested because of their part in obstructing arrests by, the ICE agents were supposed to arrest these illegal immigrants who had committed crimes, and these judges basically stood in their way. And Don Lemon hasn't waited to hear all the details. He's in the business of outrage bait. So he's trying to get people to get outraged and to rage against the Trump administration. We're going to listen to some of the details of these cases coming from Pam Bondi coming up. But let's hear from Tom Homan, because the Dems always said no one is above the law. The mainstream media also did the same thing when Trump was being prosecuted. Some people would say that he was guilty of those crimes, but he was never found guilty of those crimes. They said he was found guilty on 32 counts. Those counts were all made up counts because the judge was reported to have told the jury to figure out whatever it was he was guilty of. So let's hear Tom Homan give an answer to a reporter.
There are laws on the books that make it a criminal offense to shield or harbor illegal immigrants, like the sanctuary states that you leaders have been doing. Do you think they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and possibly put in prison?
Absolutely. And hold tight on that one, because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clear on that since day one.
Tom Homan has been clear that it is actually a crime for anyone, any state, any district to shield or harbor criminal illegal aliens. So there are laws on the books. These are not things that have been made up by the Trump administration or the Republicans. It is simply laws that have already been on the books, and some of these laws have been on the books for over 100 years. So let's listen to Pam Bondi as she lays out these allegations and what these judges actually did.
Rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom. You're not going to believe this. Takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
Wow. Madam Attorney General, great to have you here, and thanks for coming back on America Report. So we remember these words of Tom Homan, the border czar. This was March 17th, and his message on these judges who apparently are trying to get in the way of this administration's efforts. Listen.
I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
So when you see these judges trying to obstruct your efforts to make this country safer, what is your message to them?
We are going to prosecute you, and we are prosecuting you. I found out about this the day it happened. We could not believe, actually, that a judge really did that.
Don Lemon just spent time trying to gin up outrage about the fact that that judges being prosecuted for obstruction was interference, the executive branch interfering with the legislation. It's amusing, and that video will not age well. The judge cannot commit crimes and remain a judge. Once a judge is found to have committed a crime, they are disbarred. It's the same for lawyers. You can't be in law enforcement, okay? You can't be a police officer, you can't be a lawyer, you can't be a judge and have been found to have committed crimes and remain in those offices. Those offices demand a high level of integrity. And for a judge to have done what was just described, that is clear obstruction.
We looked into the facts in great depth. That's her picture up on the screen. Hannah Dugan, who is now in custody. You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really shame on her. It was a domestic violence case of all cases, and she's protecting a criminal defendant over victims of crime.
In fact, she just had an initial appearance in court. There's also this other case coming out of New Mexico. Judge Joel Cano and his wife were arrested for harboring a TDA member at their home. The alleged TDA member had been picked up by law enforcement, and now he and his wife were picked up and arrested. And you say that you believe, as the Attorney General, that the person that they were having living at their home was a truly potentially bad individual.
Yeah, that's the judge up on the screen now who got arrested. Yeah, his name is Ortega. He was is a known TDA member, So he comes through Eagle Pass December 2023. He's living in our country. January 2025, ICE, they get a tip. Tom Homan's done a great job. Our FBI did a great job on this case too. They get a tip that he is living with a judge and the judge's wife. So they have him arrested first on immigration charges. A Judge Damian Martinez releases him, saying that Judge Cano has a good BS meter and wouldn't let just anyone live on his property.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the associations with this violent Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and this person that they harbored in their home, he was showing signs through clothing, we were told, tattoos. There was evidence through voice messages and text messages of his association to TDA. So what charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, decapitated, gruesome photos, and he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful, you shouldn't be sending these, you shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. He's in the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them.
The rest of this footage will be in the show notes. In my opinion, this seems like a slam dunk case. The judge literally destroyed evidence, and his wife also did the same. And they harbored someone with gang affiliations and had incriminating photos. Well, not that he did those things, but I don't know, would you feel comfortable with someone who had pictures like that on their phones? All right. I wouldn't feel comfortable if someone was visiting my home and they had X-rated content on their phones. I have kids, and I wouldn't want someone like that hanging around my kids. So it's amazing that that these judges, basically, who are showing that they are actually activist judges, very similar to the ones who have been blocking the Trump administration's effort to deport these criminal illegal aliens. All right. And they continue to show their disdain for American law and order and for the administration that is trying to put things in place to keep Americans safe. He handed an assault rifle with a suppressor to a criminal to go to a shooting range to shoot with his friends. That is reckless. Well, I don't want to beat a dead horse. This is already done. So let us talk about this in the comment section. Let me know what you think of these clips. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Don Lemon rant on Tom Homan's response. Let me know what you think, and say if the Trump administration is attacking judges and interfering with the legal system. I don't think he is. It doesn't seem like he is. Everything that I've heard so far shows that these people actually did what they are being accused of doing. And the judges, the case against the judge has been unsealed and the charges have been revealed. It's really clear that they did their homework. Let's see how this goes, and let's see how many more people who are going out of their way to protect criminal illegals in the United States. Let's see how many of these cases emerge, because it seems like there are a litany of them, and the FBI and ICE have been working on these cases for a while, and so now we're seeing the fruit of the background work that they've been doing so far. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, share this video. Please support us by doing that. If you've watched up to this point, then I'm sure that you've enjoyed the content, and show your support by doing that and helping out the channel. It does a great deal to keep the channel going.
Can men get pregnant?
They certainly can.
How exactly does a man get pregnant?
Called rectal births or butt babies. In some places, it's called rearing a child.
What on earth?
With all due respect, sir, I'm the expert here.
What?